Hello, everybody. It's Memorial Day. It's Monday, the 27th, and I have to tell you, today, Monday, May 27th, is my anniversary to the day for being with Fletcher Music Centers. I started on May 27th, 27 years ago, believe
Oh
it or
my
not. So,
Lord.
so today is my
Congratulations.
Happy
super,
anniversary.
yeah, it's been a long time, but I'm
Weren't you
still with the
longer
company
in the
and
same location?
nope, not in the same location. I've been in about five different locations,
Oh, okay.
but I've been with Fletcher Music for 27 years.
And
Wow.
we're lucky enough to have,
Good.
Pardon?
and we're lucky enough to have you now.
Oh, well, thank you. And
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to still be here and have all of you because never would have thought this would have happened 27 years ago, that we'd be on Zoom and I didn't even know what Zoom was back then. I didn't think there was a Zoom.
Or what? Probably wasn't.
Oh,
I
you
didn't think
went
they
to
could
work.
put you to work. I didn't
So
think
you
they could
went
put
to
you to
work
work
at
at age
6?
12.
Well, today we're doing Have You Ever Been Lonely? We are in book 278, 150 more of the most fabulous songs on the face of the planet, or that's not what it's called, but something like that. And so we're doing Have You Ever Been Lonely? And yes, there is a sheet on it. It's short, it's easy peasy stuff. Why do I do these? I didn't feel like doing a medley this time. I thought, well, we could do a Patsy Cline medley.
Hey, Dawn, did you send that to everybody?
I did.
I didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
She doesn't like us.
There
I
what?
did send. I did
I
send
got
it.
it.
I got mine.
I got
Email.
mine.
Wonder if, oh,
I got mine.
if you did not get it, shoot me an email and I'll make sure you get it, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's not hard stuff. So yeah, I will be more than happy to do that. I maybe got interrupted with a phone call and then forgot where I was, and some
Yeah,
people
because
maybe
we're
got
not
too.
important.
Hey, we are.
You are important. Of course you're
Yeah.
important. Well, what do we know about this song? I decided to do a sheet instead of doing a medley. Have You Ever Been Lonely was originally published in 1932. This is an old song. I did not realize it was that old. This became a hit with Patsy Cline and Jim Reeves as a duet, even though, now here's what I found interesting. They never sang the song together as a duet. It was all done electronically. Now, here's what happened. They each had their own separate solo recordings of Have You Ever Been Lonely? And they both died in plane crashes. Patsy Cline in 1963 and Jim Reeves in 1964. I didn't know that either. So in 1961, they both recorded their solo versions. 2 years later, in 1981, Owen Bradley, who was Patsy Cline's original producer, electronically synced both solo versions together
Wow.
and recorded them with new backing tracks. So,
Wow.
yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. So that you got Patsy Cline and Jim Reeves, and they never sang together. And it sounds like they're doing a pretty nice duet. Of course, when you do it, one line is for one of the singers, the next line is the next singer, the next line. So he did it line by line. They really never both sang duet together, so there's no harmonies going on there. But I thought that was very cool because the result was a number 5 hit on the Billboard Hot Country Music Charts in 1981. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Other versions, 1933. Let's go all the way back to when it was actually written. Ted Lewis and Ray Noble. Nope, they didn't write it, but they were ones that recorded it. In 1949, Ernest Tubb had his own version of it. In 1956, Buddy Holly. In 1960, Teresa Brewer. And in 1965, Bobby Vinton. They all did versions of Have You Ever Been Lonely? And it's real funny that the only one we ever can recall is Patsy Cline. Right? At least for me. Can't speak for everybody. But this is a pretty cool song in the fact that this is for Joanne. there are 0 chord changes.
Oh, thank you. You're
You're
wonderful.
so welcome.
Thank
Not
you.
a 1. Not a 1.
Bless you, child. Bless you.
Now, I am I am changing up the roadmap just a little bit. Nothing hard. So you're going to play all of page 1, all of page 2, and it looks like that's where it should stop. Well, I want you to put some repeat dots at the end of the song. Where are you going to go back to? The top of page 2, the beginning of the second measure. So actually, it's not quite at the end of the song. It's actually it doesn't matter. Where the end of that, cross out that little, just do it at the end of the song. Make it easy. And then play it again. Just that page.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing hard at all. At all. So how can I make it so that it's not just a 5-minute lesson? Because without all those extra chords, there's not that much to teach.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You're also getting...
Tempo, Dawn.
I know. I'm just waiting for her to lay it on us.
The introduction, I am playing with a guitar, a twangy guitar, and you're going to learn how to play double notes and glide double notes.
Oh.
Really?
So that's going to be something fun to do. All right. I've actually got Patsy Cline's voice on a 70s piano. Now, if anybody wants to do Jim Reeves, you could put him on a lower keyboard, but I would get a different sound. Right now it's a vocal, and I'm not crazy about that, so we're going to play the whole thing up here. But if you wanted to do Patsy Cline, Jim Reeves, Patsy Cline, put a guitar down here, or something else that you think Jim Reeves might sound like. And I think a guitar would be a good, because he had that real nice low voice, that baritone voice that was so pretty. So your introduction is a nice guitar, and I'm on 50s love songs. So where do you come up with 50s love songs? It's ballad with no variation on the A organs. It's in ballad, it's under ballad on the E organs, and on the smaller ones, the easy 10s, it's going to be ballad pianist. Ballad pianist. And I'm starting out with the guitar, and then I'm going to that 70s piano for Patsy Cline's voice. And I'm doing some other stuff like turning off your Genie Basic, putting a guitar in the lower, turning off the Orc Plus, turning on the alter style, changing something in the lower tabs. This is just so you get to know your organ. That's all it is. You can set it on ballad, pick a sound. You can put like 70s piano and put a guitar down here and play and just have a good time with it. This is just to make it a little harder and get you pushing the buttons on your instrument. What key are we actually in? C, correct. That is the last chord. We're not in the key of F, so if you're planning to use not the introduction that I'm writing, you would put it in the key of C. If you play the introduction that I've got, and this one you're going to be gliding. Okay.
Nice.
Really?
Nice, huh?
Good.
So
Oh, my
gliding makes that guitar like a whiny guitar.
Yeah.
So
John,
how do you glide? You either have to use your foot switch, which I'm using. It's the left-hand kick switch, and you kick the switch or you lean against it. What I do is I raise my foot off the pedal, and then I kind of slide my knee over. And when I slide my knee over, the foot goes with it, and it leans against the foot switch. The foot switch detunes the whole top organ, and then you play a note, and then you release your foot.
Wow.
Okay? And so that just makes it nice and whiny. Pretty cool, huh?
Hmm.
Now, if
Dawn,
you can't do it on your foot, go ahead.
what guitar is that? You said it's under,
It's 50s love songs. I'm
yeah.
actually on rhythm preset 2.
Oh, okay, two
Okay.
guitar.
Now I'm taking the duet off, but I'm using that guitar.
Okay.
What
Okay.
is your tempo?
Tempo is 95.
Okay.
95. So between 95 and 100 is good, depending on how much coffee you've had. Pretty much. And then
It was so cool.
I'm trying to make it sound like Patsy Cline's original recording. Okay? So in the background for that, we have these pianos. Okay? What's that? That's your 50s love songs, but it's with the alter style because the alter style puts that up an octave. Hear it?
Wow.
Those pianos up. And that's what you're looking for. Now, if you don't have that, like you're on an easy 10, you just go for ballad pianist. Make sure you put your drummer on, okay? And you might want to put a guitar in your lower ensemble or your lower more. I think it's going to be in the lower more. You're going to find a guitar in there. Or you can put it on a piano, and that would be fine too. And that's also in your lower more in the easy 10.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you are going to use your lower sound or your lower Genius tab to put in. I put a guitar in for the intro, and I put a piano in for the rest of the song. So that's your chords. If you don't like the piano, put in the guitar. That works too. Okay, so and I'm making her voice, I'm making it that 70s. I just think that's a nice sound. I use that for a lot of things. Okay, so I'm going to play the song. And now that you know the roadmap, not going to be hard. And listen for changes. Some of them are very subtle. Some of them are a little bit more, oh yeah, I know what she did there. Okay, so here we go. Whoop.
Had a little harp in there, huh?
Yeah, I put a little
That
golden
was
harp on
nice.
that last one, but what else did I do on the last one?
You went up another, you went up on the last note.
Yes, I
What-
did. I
Transpose.
transposed up. Yes, I did. I did a blind transpose. I did a no chord and a fill in, and then went to my next preset. So it was a blind transpose. Now I did add some no chords. So Joanne, when I said I didn't change any chords, I told a little bitty lie.
You're lying. You're lying. Go to church yesterday.
That's because I didn't count the no chords as chord changes. All right. So your no chord at the beginning is the perfect spot for one. And every time you change a preset, I did a no chord. No, I didn't. I didn't do it on A3. I did it at the top of page 2, the second page. Right when you change to the next preset, you're going to do a no chord so that you play Be a Little 4 on the no chord. And then when you get to the F for giving, then you're into that da 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 again. So it breaks up your da da da's a little bit. So that's the good thing for that. So let's go over where I made my preset changes. Super easy. I'm sure you figured
Got
it
my
out yourself.
thing.
Huh?
I went and checked while you were playing. I got my thing.
Ah, okay, perfect.
I still don't have it.
You still don't have it.
I just sent you a message too.
Okay, good. I will get it to you. I promise. All right, so the intro is A1 because that's your whiny guitar. Now, you don't have to do the gliding, but there are several ways to glide. You can glide right away on the first one if you want. So you can do it on the first one of each measure or whenever you feel like it, basically. And if you don't glide with your foot, how else could you glide? Well, you've got a right touch bar. Some of you have just one touch bar. It defaults to gliding, by the way. So you could use that touch bar, or some of you have something called pedal magic. And Connie, check your Easy 10. I believe on your Easy 10 you can make your foot pedals do gliding.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can just put it on a long pedal. Oh, the big organs, you can do that too. So if you go to if you've got a fanfare or a journey, your pedal magic is going to put it on glide. You just have to touch pedal magic, pedal magic, pedal magic, glide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then you can do it with a foot pedal, and you just step on the foot pedal first, play the note, hold your note, and pick up your foot. So it's a lot easier to do that than it is to do this slidey thing without changing your volume and making it go cuckoo crazy. And it's also a lot easier than using your touch bar because you are going to have to play a chord or two. So instead of doing this bouncing back and forth, just doing the foot pedal up and down is actually the easiest
It's nice
way to
on
do
the
it.
foot pedal. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's the way to do it. Now, how do you do it on one of the bigger instruments? If you go to your features and you scroll to pedal natural black, and on the Sterling, it happens to be on page 9, so I went backwards because it's easier to get there. Pedal natural black, and you can do all kinds of things. So I'm going to put on pedal natural, scroll until it says glide sustain, make sure my pedal controllers are on, and then you also want to make sure that your little button over here, pedals off, make sure that's on, because if your pedals are off, it's not going to work. But if your you got to make sure that button is pedals off, take that off. So now
I don't see, excuse me, I don't see on my Easy 10 under pedal magic that I have the option to glide.
go into your feature clear and go to pedals.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you do. If not, you're going to have to buy a fanfare. It's okay, I sold the one we had here, so I don't have one.
Love the fanfare. She'll love it.
She will, I know.
Yep. I went from an easy 10 to a fanfare. I loved it.
Yep, it's excellent.
You're correct. Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Mhm.
You go into your feature clear, and you scroll until it
Pedals.
says pedals.
Yeah, I didn't go that far before, so yeah, got it now.
Ah, you learned your one thing today.
Yeah, very good. Huh?
Yeah. So your pedals, natural black, is so much easier to do it on the foot.
Mhm.
So is that the black pedals that she's
That's-
hitting, or?
I put
just
it
the
on the
pedals?
long pedals. Now,
Yeah.
if you want to put it on the black pedal, you could.
Oh, no, I was just wondering if
could.
that was the only choice.
No, you can put it on pedal natural, which is the long pedal, or you can put it on pedal black, which is a short pedal. So
Okay.
you can scroll to do these different things. You can also have sound effects on, that's a cymbal roll on the black pedal. So you can have one thing on one pedal and one thing on the
Oh.
other.
Nice.
Yeah. So you can do all kinds of things. Just be careful now that when you are playing your regular song, of course, if you're on a piano, that's not going to work for that. Okay? Of course, that's a different preset as well. So you just got to make sure that you're not accidentally stepping on that pedal, and make sure that you save it to your preset if that's what you're using. Now on the Easy 10 you can't save presets, so it'll just stay there for the whole thing.
Dawn,
Yeah.
my pedals that I see here, it says long and short, but I don't know how to get to
Correct.
either.
Touch it.
I did.
Now it should come up pedal natural.
Yeah.
No, pedal natural / black. Don't go into pedals. That's something different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
So-
be careful that you just don't click pedals on page 7, because then it says keyed bass, pedal recognition, long and short. You know what your pedal magic does. That's not what you want.
Oh, what do I want? I thought
Scroll to another page where it says pedal natural / black.
I see it.
Aha!
There it is.
There it is. See, you learned
Wow.
your one thing today.
Wow. And then so you just press on that.
You press on that, yep, and it'll come up pedal natural, and it should come up sound effects right off the bat.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yep. Touch the sound effects on your natural, and then
Okay.
scroll until you get to glide,
Okay.
and then your pedal controller, you want to make sure it says on.
Yeah, it says glide / sustain.
Yep.
That's what I want. Do I
Yep.
press that? Put it on.
Uh-huh. And then you want to make sure that your pedals off button over here is not on. Otherwise it won't work. And make sure that when you are doing your presets that you save that into every preset.
Okay, so you want your pedals off button on or off?
You want your pedals off button off.
Okay. All right.
If you have your pedals off button on, this won't work.
Right. Okay. I got
Okay?
it. Okay. Wow.
See, you learned your one thing today too.
Yeah, I got
You have
to
to-
plug that in my brain now.
You, you have to turn the pedal magic button on the left off? I thought
No,
you said you
no,
could-
there's not a pedal magic button. There
Oh,
is
with
a
pedals.
it
This-
says pedals. It's a purple right next to the power button.
Yeah,
It says pedals off.
and they have to be off for the
You want
long
it
pedals
off
to work?
if you want to use your pedals natural and black. If you want to do
Okay.
your glide on one of those, make sure that button is off. See, normally I
Okay.
have that button on because I can walk all over my pedals and nothing happens.
Oh, I see. All right. Yes, I got it. Okay.
Mhm. So you want to make sure it's on. so it'll do stuff. Yeah. hmm
Don, can I ask you a crazy question?
No question is too crazy.
So Carol, I missed, where did you go back for the repeat? It was the 2nd
Mhm.
line?
I went back to the second page, top line,
Oh, top. Oh,
beginning of the second measure.
there at the A. At
Be a
giving?
little forgiving, yes.
So do you do it right at the giving, at the F?
No,
Nope. Before that, you want to come in, see where that G holds?
Oh, you're at the no chord.
right.
You're going to do a no chord for Be a Little Forgiving, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, and then you're gonna repeat. Okay,
And your
right
repeat
there.
is right there. Da 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 da. I'll play it again and you'll figure it out. It's at the
Okay,
put your you've got the line at the beginning of the line, then you've got your G note, then you've got
yes.
another measure line. That's the measure line. You want to put your thin line and your two dots going forward.
Mhm.
Right there.
Oh, okay, at the
Right in
beginning.
front of your blacked in quarter note.
Oh.
Because you're not
Okay.
playing that anyway. You're just coming in on Be a Little Forgiving.
Okay, and then at the G, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
G
Yep.
black quarter note.
Yep.
So that looks like that's the 1, 2, third, at the end of the third
Yeah,
after.
don't even worry about the counting on that. Just if you want to put an extra measure of drum fill in there because it's going to be a drum solo anyway. You want to do a no chord with a fill in so that you do a little bit of a drum solo. Kick to your next preset, and it's going to do that transpose, and then you're going to get that nice little golden harp in there as well.
Okay, thank you.
Otherwise,
It's just
this
like
would
the
be
beginning, right? It just repeats like the beginning.
pretty much.
No chord.
Now,
yeah.
if you wanted to go all the way back to the beginning, you could do that too, but I think that makes it a little bit too long.
Right.
So if you like the song enough that you want to go all the way back to the beginning, go for it. That's okay.
No, I meant the no chord. It's just like the beginning, no chord.
Just like
and
the beginning,
everything else.
correct. The no chord is
Yeah.
just like the beginning, yes.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
So then, Dawn,
Well, are you
you
gonna
put
tell us?
a second no chord on the second page top line,
Huh?
first measure. And that was
Correct.
the only other-
Second measure. Yeah, it's actually the second measure.
It is a second measure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. Right?
Did I? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the only places, yeah.
Ron, where did you put A3, A4, and
Yeah,
A5?
you haven't
Yeah,
done all
we
the,
never got to that,
done
did
the
we?
But
presets
we
yet.
only did A1.
A1 is the intro. A2 is the beginning of the song proper. Line 3. I put it actually right before you play the F chord and the third measure.
Which line, Don?
Third line.
There's
I
only,
can't remember if I did a no chord there or not. I might have.
For the F chord.
Can't you see I'm sorry? No, I think I played Can't You See I'm Sorry. Can't you see I'm on A2? And then before I got to the word sorry, that's where I did A3 because what I'm doing for A3 is adding some vocal oohs in the background. Can't you see that I'm sorry? Ooh. Your oohs come in on sorry. So that's where A3 starts. And
Where
that's
you play
kinda
the
subtle.
F chord. Where you play the F chord there.
Correct. Right before you
Yep.
play the F chord. Yep.
Okay. Mhm.
That's A3. Now you go to the top of the page, the second page, where I told you to make a no chord.
Mhm.
As soon as you do the no chord, go to A4. Okay? And then your A5 is at the end of the song. It's also A5, same thing. You're going to do a no chord drum solo at the end of the song. No chord, drum solo, A5, go back to Be a Little Forgiving.
where in the last line?
The last, very end of the song. Very end of the song. Before you do the repeat, before you go back, you're going to do a no chord, a drum solo, kick to A5, go up and start playing Be a Little 4, giving, and that's the, and you want to have it kicked in because it's a transpose. So Be a Little has to be on the transpose. Your
Mhm.
golden harp starts when you play the F chord.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
All right, so now you know where those go. I'm going to play it one more time so you can figure out where the different changes are. There's not that much to change in here. It's actually pretty super easy. And again, if you don't have presets, don't worry about it. You just turn it on and go. If you want to, if you're on an easy 10 and you want to set up the transpose, you can just have it set up in your window. It's the last thing you do. Have it set up in your window, and then just hit your scroll, and it'll transpose one up for you when you get there.
Oh, where is it that we do the 8VA?
You don't do an 8VA at all.
Oh, just the transpose.
No
Okay, where
8VA.
is that?
That's A5 is where you do that.
that is-
When you go back to the repeat, you're doing the transpose up
understand.
one.
Yep.
Dawn, on your sheet of your notes, do you what key do you start that in?
You don't have to when you use the intro. I'm actually just doing a no chord. Doing a no chord just so I get my drums going.
Mhm.
And
But
that
then
way you
play
can
those double notes. How do you?
just play them. No, you're on a no chord. You can write yourself a no chord in there too.
Okay.
So you can do your, you just want to make sure you're coming in at the right time. So that you need your no chord so your drums get the beat for you so you can come in on the right beat. And then your G7 comes in.
Okay.
A3. The ooze. Less. Extra notes at the end.
You also went up an octave on that.
Nope,
See?
I did not.
No.
I just
No?
did.
Not
I
so
just
sometimes.
instead of going down for
Uh-huh.
the first time, it's "Have You Ever Been Blue" goes down. Yeah, it was an octave. I went up to the high C, but I
Right.
started on. So that's
Oh.
how I ended. So what were those extra notes? Have you? That's still G and F sharp. The second time, you're going to play instead of the F a G. Just remember, one of them is for the first time and one of them is for the second time. Over the E, you're going to put an A, alligator, in the second space.
Wait a minute, where are you, Dawn?
Last two measures. Have you ever been blue? The first time you're going to play it this way. exactly the way it's written. The
Okay.
second time you're going to play it,
Mm-hmm.
so you end up on the higher C.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so again, have is the same G that's there. U is the same F sharp that's there. Ev is the F the first time and G on the second line. Just remember which is for which. The E is for the first time. Over the E, put an A alligator on the second space. Bend, the D is for the first time, and above that, you're going to put a B butterfly on the third line. And then C blue, you're going to go up the octave to the C in the third space. So you're just going.
Nice.
So that's not exactly how she sang it. She sang a whole bunch of other notes in there too. And I thought, nah, we're doing enough stuff. So
That's a nice finish. That's a nice ending.
I tried to copy it a little bit more her singing style too. And now she did do, and she had a nice voice. She has such a nice voice. Where did I do the glissando? Oh, the bottom of page 1. Can't you see I've changed, dear? So if you wanted to do a glissando from that B down to the D, last line on page 1, third measure, just put yourself a little squiggly line, and you're going to be on finger 5 for the B. Then you're going to want to switch to the thumb, and then slide your thumb down to the D. Now, you
Don?
don't have to do that.
Oh, I got a question.
Yeah.
On those vocals, is the eighth, see on the marquee, you got two choices. Is the eighth the higher sound instead of the,
The 8 is the high one, and the 16 is the low one.
so maybe go the eighth for the higher, you think?
Try it. Try it, see how it sounds. You might want to put them both in.
Okay,
Yep.
done that before.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
I keep forgetting that too because I only have one on the Sterling, one
I
vocal
know.
ensemble. Yeah, I know.
I know it. I get mixed up
Usually-
on it.
Yeah, usually on the bigger organs they give you the 2 vocals. I would hit them both.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Just put them both
Dawn?
in. Yeah.
Second page, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth line,
Mm-hmm.
last measure. You said on the fourth or the sharps of F, put an A above it. On the G,
No. No. Not at
where
all.
the world does it go?
No. The last line, have you ever been blue? Is the only one that you're going to change
Okay, so
for the
the
second time.
above the F sharp, put an A.
No.
No.
No. Let's go over that again. Last line,
Yes,
second measure.
yes.
The G is fine where it is. The F sharp is fine where it is. You play those both times.
Right.
For the F forever, you play the F the first time, and then the second time above that, you want to put a G. It's on that second line. It's going to be right next to it. Over the E, that's where you put the A.
Okay.
Over the D, you put a B butterfly, and over the C, you put the high C. So you're at the octave. So the first time, and the second time,
Okay.
that's it.
I got it. I was
Pretty
wondering
cool
because I
stuff.
liked the sound of it the second time around. And I thought that doesn't fit above that other one.
Yeah, nope, it does not.
Very good.
Good question. Good question. Yep.
Dawn?
I just was humming it to myself and I thought that doesn't even make sense. Okay. I got it.
Good thing that you asked.
Do you only do the glide on the intro?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
because
and
I'm
I
using
know-
the piano, because I'm using that piano for the rest of the song. You cannot glide with the piano.
The piano, right. And on this, you just push the key glide, right? And it just does it for you?
You can.
Okay.
You can. If you've got that key glide, just use the key glide
Mhm.
Okay. Thank
on
you.
the guitar.
Marquee, yeah.
Yep, that'll work too. Absolutely, that's what it's there for. So you've got all kinds of ways to glide, but it makes it sound real whiny, and I kind of like that. It's kind of cool because we're not playing a country background. Now, you could play this on other rhythms. You could play this on, oh shoot, I suppose I erased that. Nope, you could play this on easy country. Easy country if you want. And just play the whole thing on a whiny guitar if you feel like it. And I didn't do a preset sheet for it. I just whoops, don't kick it, Dawn, you dummy. And then, yes, if you've got a whiny guitar sound, you can glide all through the song. So if you want to put it on easy country, you can put it on that whiny guitar and just make the whole thing gliding. That'll work too. Or Roadside
okay.
Cafe, which on the smaller organs, it's country full band. Country full band. Roadside Cafe is very good for this. Crazy country also works. Some of you have something called Floyd's pianos. If you have Floyd's pianos, give that a try. But I did the Patsy Cline version, which was that 50s ballad, the 50s love songs. Because you got that on the piano. So the gliding guitar at the beginning just gives you that sense of the whiny guitar. Because you notice, and you know I tell you, never pay any attention to this stuff. The upper corner says swing or jazz.
Yeah. Where did I get that from?
You see, that's the thing. You just ignore it.
Yeah.
Doesn't even say country. Doesn't even say 50s ballad. You know, that's because these books were designed by Hal Leonard for every organ and keyboard that's out there, not necessarily a beautiful Lowry or an Esty. And so there's some stuff up there that's not pertinent, and I think sometimes the people that did the arrangements of these songs maybe didn't know the song, didn't care, just put in something. You know, they see a rock band, they'll put like I got a kick out of some of them, like Yesterday, it'll say rhythm, rock. Why? Because it was written by the Beatles?
Yeah. Then I got registration 3, which is strings.
Yeah, that's not going to work either. So, yeah. So I usually tell you, ignore what's up in the left-hand corner. Don't worry about it. You know, that's why we have class and get suggestions and just get creative and don't be afraid to push your buttons. I do have fingering for you if you need it. Next week, we shall do Hello by Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie, yeah.
Ooh. My niece just went to see him. He was performing somewhere.
Oh, wow, cool.
I don't know where.
Very
He
cool.
loves Lionel Richie.
All right, let's do some fingering. G3, F sharp 2, G3, F sharp 2, G3, A4, G3. At the end of that held G, put a check mark if you wish. Now, the E can either be a 3 or a 1. The D sharp is a 2. E3, F4, E3, second line D2, F3, E2, F3, E2, F3, G4, F3. D1, C sharp 2, put a circle around it, that's a crossover. D3, E4, C1. E2, E2, F1 with a circle, that's a thumb tuck. G2, A3, C5, C5, B4, C5, B4, A3, G2. G2, G2, A3, A sharp 4, B5, D1. High C5, C5, B4, A3. Top of the page, G2. At the end of that held G, put a check mark. G3, F sharp 2, G3, F sharp 2, G3. A4, G3. The E can either be a 3 or a 1. D sharp 2, E3, F4, E3, second line D2. F3, E2, F3, E2, F3, G4, F3. D1, C sharp 2, check with a circle, it's crossover. D3, D sharp 4, E5, at the end of that held E, check mark. F3, E2, D1. High C5, 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 C5. B flat 4, A flat 3, G2, C5. Low C1, D2, E1, circle, thumb tuck, G3, F sharp 2, G3, F sharp 2, G3. And the last line, B5, A4. First time through, it's G3, F2, F1, E3 with a circle, D2 and D1. And second time, it's G3, F sharp 2, G1 with a circle, that's a thumb tuck, A2, B3, C4.
Okay.
All right.
Which ending
done.
did you use?
Pardon?
Excuse me. Which ending did you use? Was you
2.
did
I
you
used the
use-
second ending.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, press ending 2.
Thank you.
Very cool. You guys are the bestest.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a good
you.
weekend.
Stay dry, Miss Connie.
I'll try.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Everybody in Florida, stay cool. It's really hot. We'll see you later this week or
Bye-bye.
next week.
See you Wednesday.
All right, sounds good to me.